Are your chickens not really giving you the results you wanted? Well, in this video, we are going to be talking about why your chickens aren't getting those results and how to fix that. For some of them at least. But we need to know what really qualifies as results. Well, results are they're laying eggs consistently, they're in healthy condition, and they don't appear to be having any major feather loss. With all that in mind, let's get into this video. So your chickens just flat out stopped laying eggs. Well, I think I might know the cause to this, and there's many root causes, so much so I could probably make a full 8-minute long video about all the causes of chickens just not laying eggs. Simple as that. But there is one big one: stress. And also, another big player is the time of year. You want to know something? We're going to get, 6 to 12 inches of snow on Tuesday. I doubt they're going to be laying during that snowstorm because of the snow on the ground. They aren't going outside to get the nutrients that they want. So, simple as that. And there's no grass on the ground, there's shorter days and everything like that. So the winter is just a prime time for limited egg production. It's as simple as that. Another big thing is predators. Of course, I mentioned stress. Roosters. Roosters are probably the biggest players as well. My rooster Falcon is probably one of the biggest tryhards I think I've ever seen, which is why we get very little eggs during the mating season. And I could have worded that a bit better, but I'm going to stay viewable by everyone so I don't have to put any of that into perspective for you. Now this one has a lot of specific sciences behind it that for your sake we're not going to delve into for too long. We're just going to go into the basics as to why they're laying eggs like this. And there's one specific reason, and it's not just stress. It's more than stress sometimes, and in this case scenario, it usually happens when they're they're just begin laying eggs. They're fresh out of the brooder. They're about to go lay some eggs for you. They're giving you everything. They're giving you their all, and then you'll sometimes see a lot of yolk, which will make eggs around it dirty, especially if they're usually one of the last ones, which is the worst. If they're one of the first ones, the chickens can just avoid the box, which my chickens are at least half smart at that one. Like, one of the first chickens of the morning lays a shellless egg. But when some moron chicken lays it right at the end of the day on top of eggs that have already been laid, oh, you know it's wraps for you when that's going to happen. You're going to have to go in there and clean. And if you don't clean the eggs, you don't actually have to put them in the refrigerator. If you want, I can make videos about certain things that you shouldn't do to your chickens in a video essay form. I already did that a while ago, but we'll probably do some more. But back to the point though, if they're laying a shellless egg, it's usually because they're fresh out of the brooder or they're about to enter the nursing home sometime soon. And as for my chicken's nursing home, yeah, it's just a pet flock, whatever. So this is a bit different than not laying any eggs, because in this scenario, chickens are actually laying eggs. It's just you're not seeing them. So where are those eggs that are going missing? Well, I'm about to show you right now. There is one of two possibilities going on, one of which is way worse than the other. The first possibility is that your chickens that are laying eggs actively are laying them in a different location. This one's actually very much true for some of my chickens in the farm flock, especially with Puff and I believe another chicken. But Puff is the one who lays eggs well away from the farm flock. So if it snows, we forget to collect eggs, and it snows, let's just say 2-3 inches, enough to bury an egg at least, whatever, and then the eggs will be buried back there and they'd be completely wrecked. And then we have the scenario where, the second scenario, this is the worst case scenario, something is stealing the eggs themselves. And do you want to know what could be stealing the eggs? There's about I'd say 10% chance it's like a raccoon or something like that, or a snake, and a 90% chance it's another chicken. And unfortunately, a lot of the times when farmers have chickens eating their eggs, the only way to deal with it is to, the chicken, unalive them, kill them, I don't know. Now, feather loss could potentially be a serious topic for chickens. We're going to dive into only 2 outcomes for this for a very obvious reason, because there's not really a whole lot of issues. But when your chickens just suddenly lose feathers like that, like they're all of a sudden just losing feathers left and right, there could be a load of issues that could come along with this. I'd recommend getting it seen by a veterinarian or doctor immediately, especially if it's all of a sudden and only with 1 or 2 chickens. If it's with a big group of chickens, there's a couple possibilities. Maybe it's just molting season, especially since a chicken flock is very diverse and comes with many different traits and qualities and stuff like that. With not equalities, but you get what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of different things that come with these chickens, and one of the big things that comes with them is molting season, which is when you'll notice a big group of chickens, especially because of how diverse they are. There's a lot of different age ranges in the pet flocks. I'm saying pet flock because my pet flock is probably the most diverse, but of course there's many other diverse flocks I have as well. The farm flock is pretty diverse, so that could be an issue. But one of the bigger reasons is because something's attacking them, like a rooster, which we'll get into in just a minute, or even worse, rats and mice. They could be the absolute downfall of a chicken flock, especially with all the diseases that they could possibly transmit to your chickens. Or it's just other chickens roughhousing, you never know. With a 7 to 10 pound weight, it's very obvious they weigh a lot, but how do roosters play a big role in this? Well, you see, roosters are very, driven, let's just say. And what they do to mate with the chicken, I'm going to explain this, because it's perfectly fine to explain this. They jump on their back, and they attack, and they bite at their beak. That's about as far as they'll go, but when they jump on their back, they jump in a specific area where feather loss is very prominent, right on their back. So there is an easy solution to this, and it's very simple. All you got to do is install chicken jackets, which we used to have in the pet flock, but my moron chickens would keep shaking them off, so they would just fall victim to my idiot rooster falcon. It just sucks like that, but that's the only way you could possibly get rid of any sort of feather loss caused by roosters, or else they'll be probably your biggest cause of feather loss, unfortunately. And as for that, I would like to conclude this video. I know I cut it really short because, it's like 10 o'clock. I just want to get this out as soon as possible. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed, be sure to click the video on the screen right now. It's patiently awaiting for your click, so click it right now. Go, 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 go.